Stop it.
All right.
I couldn't even hear the thing playing. I didn't realize you'd already pressed the button.
Sounds like sounds like Tom after he wins in Call of Duty.
Maniacal laughing.
I was gonna hit the button as soon as the explosion went.
I love that the Predator just decides to just start laughing hysterically at Arnold. It's like, you think you've won? Wrist nuke.
Hello, and welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games.
And Predator killers.
My name is Hayden. With me I have Mitch.
Hello.
And Tom.
Hi, Tom.
And today we're discussing Predator, Killer of Killers.
And snoring.
And some
No, that's the Predator
I
sound.
thought you were just breathing into the mic.
I used to be able to do the noise. Now I can't.
You're not flummy like he is.
That just sounds like a hog like hiding in the bushes. Like,
Stop
get that corn.
exposing. Stop exposing the audience to your asthma, Mitch. Hit your inhaler. All right, but before we begin, social media time.
You didn't paint it yet. You didn't paint it.
What time do you think I have? Well, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com. We'll take you to our page where you can communicate with us on the Facebooks. You can also check us out on X, TikTok, and Instagram, _.
No.
No?
No.
What is it?
Entertain this _.
That's what he just said.
I just said that.
I said entertain this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Look at there.
Hey,
You said
You didn't
entertain
say,
underscore
you didn't
this.
say it right.
In case you're confused, is entertain this _.
Entertain this _.
All right, fine.
I said, all right. And you can also check us out on Patreon, patreon.com /entertain this
All right.
_.
Well done. Goofing our way through social media for the past 5 years. All right. So we're going to discuss Predator, Killer of Killers, hopefully as plot, spoilery free as possible.
But if you haven't watched it after a month, shame on you.
It is a good movie. And then we're going to get in some goofy stuff.
If you're going to watch it, it gets better.
I thought it was fine.
Like the animation.
Oh, well, the animation is not the best.
Because it's not great.
It would have been awesome as a
But
live
you
action.
stop caring about 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're just kind of picked up in it. And you're like, oh, okay.
If you watched Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix, it's kind of the same animation style.
I mean, pretty much if you watch any kind of anime, you'll be all right.
CG cel-shaded anime stuff.
Yeah, it's not 90s.
True.
It's not
All right,
Dragon Ball
so-
Z.
Predator, Killer of Killers. It's tough to say where this would take. I mean, it's definitely a prequel.
Yeah.
If you watch Prey on Hulu, this definitely takes place after Prey. It starts off with a Viking shield maiden leader who essentially, like, you kind of pretty much get invested in her story. You forget that this is a Predator movie.
Well, you think it's about a different character. It's like arc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. About the son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's quickly.
Well, without spoiling, I can read the little synopsis of their part.
Okay.
And I'll stop before we get to the reveal. But it says, in the frosty Scandinavia of 841, Viking warrior Ursa, sporting a beard fiercer than a blizzard. Okay, never mind. Let's just go
Yeah,
on.
never mind.
I don't know.
So
She
the
doesn't have a
opening shows is it Yautja?
Yautja.
Yautja? The codex where it says, go forth among the stars and seek only the strongest prey. They shall be your trophy. Become the killer of killers. Dun, dun, dun. Then you get the first story, The Shield, which is set in 841 in Scandinavia, where Ursa, the Viking warrior princess,
Grandma Viking.
Grandma Viking.
No, she's the mom.
She's
but
a
She's got
Grimmite.
like white hair.
She's been through a lot.
She's had a tough go of it. And you know what? They don't have, hair dyeing back then.
True.
It's only dyed by the blood of her victim.
By the bleed.
Yeah, so you get pretty invested into her backstory, and very quickly you forget that this is a Predator movie because Viking stuff ensues, and she's on a revenge plot. And
Decades
then,
in the making.
right as she's about to claim her vengeance, the predator shows up.
Well, like she kind of punks out because the dude just starts insulting her, and then her son decapitates him with the spear.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like, yeah. And then, whoa, giant predator.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That was a big boy. I was
So
like, that dude is like a Mitch and a half.
hey.
They do a good
Of
job because this is an anthology movie. And so for her, she's got this like berserker kind of like predator. And he's got this like contraption on it that can propel people and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's like a concussion blast.
Oh, yeah.
hand.
Well, yeah, it's like he's missing a hand and he has some kind of mechanical device.
Yeah, he like charges it up, goes.
And the setting and the place that they choose to have the fight was actually pretty interesting, I thought. So that's.
I was actually surprised how brutal it was for a cartoon. Like I knew it was Predator and
I knew it
stuff,
was
but
gonna be-
I didn't think they were going to go that level of like seeing the guy.
When she rampages through to get to the dude to kill him, and she's got the two shields, but they're like razor sharp at the edges, and she's just jacking dudes up and cutting people in half. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, there's no way they could have live action this.
Before they get there, they have the one guy they're torturing to find out where the guy she's trying to get vengeance on, and they like cut him in half, and you see the entrails just fall out. It's like, oh, okay.
Just plops on out of him.
That's where we are.
All right, that's what's
Pretty
going
good.
on.
Pretty good. I enjoyed it. So that's the first story.
Well,
and
because doesn't she?
she whatever happens in the first story, she quickly like kind of disillusions herself, and you realize she's like remembering something, and she wakes up on the spaceship.
Yeah.
That she's been captured
With
by
a glowing collar, and she looks at the next guy
yeah.
who's like, meditating in front of her.
He's the sword.
The sword, the second story in 1609 Japan.
Japan.
Brothers Kenji and Kiyoshi, sons of a samurai warlord, are ordered to duel to determine their father's successor. Kenji refuses to fight, but Kiyoshi attacks and defeats him, and Kenji flees. And he returns 20 years later as a ninja.
Yeah, he basically forgoes the samurai life and adapts the ninja.
As a shinobi.
Yeah, it becomes like more of the ninja archetype in this story, and it's pretty cool how like you get invested into that, you know, and they do a lot of like classic Kurosawa moments with the dueling and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, again, the predator shows up, but this predator is more of like a stealth-based predator.
He's a lot more slender, more agile looking, and
Yeah, and then the way that they kind of sprinkle in how this predator fights completely different than the Viking predator is pretty neat because, you know, he's a lot of times you see him in the background while the samurai story is going on, and you don't, you know,
because he's like tracking him like through, like watching him take dudes out, like the whole thing with the bell, and he's just like coming up with ways to stop it from going off, and the dude the next tower just goes donk, and he's like
That was
and
funny.
he just drops the one guy he's holding. He goes like, ah!
But I mean, without saying what it was, the ending scene was pretty cool. The way they, you know, did their whole cinematic stuff with it. But
This
it's tough to
this
talk
was
about.
probably my favorite one out of the three.
Out of the
mine
three.
too. Yeah.
For sure.
The scene where he's like walking at the painting and the predator comes through it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, me and Rachel watched it, and she was like, because she was like, oh, it's animated.
Yeah.
And then we got to that, she goes, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, she was like, you know, laying down to go to sleep, and then she's sitting back up, right? It's like, all right, keep telling me your story, Predator movie.
But I like how they kind of like leaned into you have a samurai and you have a ninja, and then the ninja's the one that's going to be fighting the predator more so because he fits more into that archetype where he's not going to go straight on honorable fight. He's going to do what he has to win.
And he does. And even like they kind of do a good job for each story in the Viking one and in this one, wrapping up tragically or not, whatever the personal characters' investments are in their world, in their time period, before, you know, the end of their story is over. So you're not left wondering kind of thing, which is how I appreciate that. So, and then I think the duel, so to speak, they have kind of like a classic Kurosawa duel with this ninja and the predator at the end, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then the third is the bullet.
That's the one I didn't like.
It was all right.
I think it's just his character was kind of a little.
They're trying to branch out into a different kind of predator every movie, and this one was like a flying based ship oriented predator.
And my only problem with that is like I've read a lot of like novels and stuff about predator hunting different people and stuff like that, and never once did they have like ship aerial combat predators.
The fighter pilot.
Yeah, which
Top Gun predator.
Understandably, they're trying to branch out, like you said, and have different things, but that's never normally how they fight. They would normally fight people one-on-one, without as much technology as possible to,
I feel like they fleshed it out because the guy is a World War II fighter pilot, and amidst all like the Axis and Allies like dogfights that are going on in the Pacific, a predator shows up and just like
Mercs.
He claims his own trophies by basically stealing the heat source of each flying entity that he comes across, which is the engines to most of these prop planes. He just like harpoons and rips these engines out.
Some of the kills he got were pretty cool.
Yeah, and
because the one dude was just talking smack, and it's like,
yeah, you have to definitely suspend a little bit more disbelief in this third story,
where the main guy's like crawling out on the wing.
I was watching that and I was like, nope. I was like, you lost me, and we're talking about a predator movie.
Yeah,
it's like you lost me.
Yeah, the fact that he's able to hold on and all this other stuff. He uses a wrench for autopilot. But all that to be said,
but he was kind of needed for the final part,
right? That's
that character.
That's what I was getting at. So like once all three have their stories, you find out that after they have killed their hunter predator people, they're revisited again by the predators and abducted essentially and brought to their home world, where they're awakened from cryostasis and made to fight each other, so they could fight the Grand Poopah, whatever.
The Grand.
He comes out with his fez.
And there are all three different people.
Smoking jacket.
Yeah. They're all three different people throughout history, so they don't even speak the same language. So they,
but their collars translate it for them.
They translate just the predator speech.
Yeah, just the predator speech. So the rest of them, like the three people, didn't know what each other was saying.
No, and when they're fighting in the pit.
Yeah, they kept trying to like do nonverbal cues to stop from.
Yeah, because like the pilot kept realizing it's like, okay, so you don't understand me, just follow. He was like, follow me, like pointing. But the Viking lady didn't want none of it.
No, she was like, I'm killing everybody here.
Yeah,
it's like there's clearly more bigger threats here.
He's like, oh, if you don't fight, and they just like blow someone up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hurdles in this final act of the movie that they had to overcome with essentially the language barrier, them realizing that they're in a different world, and them realizing that they have to work together in order to escape this world. And I thought like that was too much sauce to throw into the mix here, but I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
They did all right. I mean, I don't see how they would have actually escaped, because
the ending.
The predators have enough gumption to be able to stop that.
Well, they kind of leave it open in the end.
Well, even without that part, the predators could stop them.
They didn't.
There's enough. There's like 1,000 predators there.
Yeah, they launched like an entire like squadron.
To be fair,
to go get
with
them.
that. Yeah, I don't even know if they wanted to. They seemed like they wanted them to try and get away.
The only thing I can say, the reason they would get away is because they wanted to catch them and not kill them.
Right, they wanted to continue the hunt.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like I think what they were alluding at. So this was a really interesting original take on predators, and it kind of you got to peek behind the veil on the culture and stuff like that. I kind of wish they just made it a TV show. I felt like that if they could have expounded it upon all this new concept.
Well, and that's what I thought originally, because I saw all these different things. I thought it was going to be like episodic thing, like 7 or 8 episodes, like everything else is. But it was just one like hour and 30-minute kind of movie thing.
Yeah,
I'm not mad it was a movie. I liked what we got.
Oh yeah. I think
I definitely want more, and I think that's the point.
Well,
because there's supposed to be another movie coming out.
There is
David Trachtenberg?
Yeah, Trachtenberg.
And he is going to do another movie with Star, like the main character is a predator.
Yeah.
And
Which the predator looks kind of weird.
I think they're trying to humanize it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Because like if you watched Alien versus Predators, where they're down in the Arctic, that predator looked like a predator, and he worked alongside a human.
Those predators were like jacked.
Yeah.
Well, predators are like 7 to 8 foot tall.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the one from original Predator was kind of lankier.
yeah. Well,
You know.
well, because like I was talking about before we started recording, like the hierarchy, he was a younger one, so the younger ones are a little bit smaller and they have less tech and stuff that they get to use.
I think that's what this movie's about. Is, so I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but the new Predator movie coming out, it's got Eli Fanning, and she's she's an android from Wayland Yutani.
Right.
And I guess she's been repurposed to help this Predator. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't seen the trailer. I did read that she was a Wayland Yutani like android, and I was like, what?
Well, yeah, I saw a still that somebody had made that where basically he's wearing her like a backpack because she has no legs at this point. He's like carrying her up the side of a mountain.
And he looks like a young Predator.
Yeah.
So like he's doing his first hunt on this impossible world or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's basically there to like be his Cortana, I think.
But supposedly there's also another Predator project that's in the works that he hasn't revealed what it is yet.
Because I know at the end of the movie, at Killers, when they're wheeling the Viking lady,
Yeah, without spoiling too much,
you see some characters.
You
Yeah,
see
spoiler McGee.
you see some stuff I think is interesting because they kind of put into your brain that all of these previous Predator movies, besides Alien vs Predator, whenever they have defeated a Predator, you don't see those people ever again.
Right.
And you're wondering if they have also have been abducted.
Yeah.
Well, the only one
Like Dutch and Danny Glover's character.
Well, Danny
and all
Glover, like the King Predator guy, shows up with the cape.
Well, yeah, he tosses him the pistol.
He gives him a
Which is
trophy.
also-
Yeah, it's also the same pistol
that they give.
Well, they give it to the guy in this, or the guy gets it in this movie, the
they
pilot,
that's his weapon.
and then the girl from Prey, she actually got that as well.
Really, I didn't.
She
know that.
picked it up off of one of the Frenchmen that was there trying to attack her, and then the Predator, I guess, got it, and then he tossed it to Danny Glover, but he tossed it to this guy first. So if he tossed it to this guy, did he give it to Glover or this guy first?
I don't know.
Because you don't know what time the
I guess it would
gladiator fight happens.
Well, because they can.
Yeah, it could be 100 years in the future. You have no
Yeah,
idea.
you don't know. You know, when they wake up, you don't know how far in the future it is. So.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because I didn't notice that until I rewatched the Prey movie the second time. When she picks it up and you see it's got the same year, date, and stuff on it.
1715
or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's early.
It's like
1700s.
a pirate, muzzle loaded. What are those things called?
Flintlock pistol.
Yeah.
Flintlock pistol. Yeah. So, which is hilarious because the World War II pilot has no freaking clue
How that works.
Well, yeah, because they when they put the three characters down in the arena, the one gets a sword, the one gets his shield, and the other one's like, "This is like," he says, "You each get a weapon of your era." And they toss him that. He's like, "This isn't for me. I've never seen this."
Yeah.
He's like, "What is this?"
And then it didn't even work.
He's like, "I don't want to shoot you."
Yeah, it didn't even work. It just clicked.
And then he sees like they have like the black powder and,
Yeah.
and balls to load into it, and he goes and the girl like hits it and it just explodes everywhere. And he's like, because he's like talking to himself. He's like, "All right, I mean, I guess gunpowder goes first."
Yeah. Okay. I would, in the moment with predators fighting all around me, I would probably be freaking out.
Time out. Start loading.
Is there a video I can watch? Can we get Hickok 45 on the YouTube?
So the director of this movie and the director of Aliens, Romulus, his name is Ari something.
I don't know.
Anyways, they're in talks of doing
together. They did.
A new AVP movie?
Yeah, I read something from Trachtenberg that said he's in talks with working on something to make the universe more cohesive together. So that'd be interesting.
It was directed by Fede Alvarez. So, yeah, and I think that
The Predator timeline's kind of all over the place now.
so is the Alien timeline. But you know, I think that it's good that they're basically giving. You know how like we were all excited about Star Wars when they took it from George Lucas and they gave it to somebody else, but Disney had like
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, Disney had like their death grip on like
The Wicked Witch of the West.
on how Star Wars was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I think if you took out the Disney clutching on Predator and Alien, you know, and let those people just be the new Ridley Scott and whoever the hell came up with Predator, You know,
Well, I think because Daredevil did so well as rated R, they'll be willing to venture into that genre a little more.
yeah, but let people have creative control, like
Right.
people who are true fans, and it shows that they're true fans. If you watch Romulus, they have that like what do they call that, retrofuturism, where like everything looks like it's from the Alien movie
From 79.
Yeah, and like the guy who made Trachtenberg, who made these Predator movies, you can tell like he's a huge fan of the Predator.
Well, yeah, because they actually let them explore
Yeah.
more of the culture as opposed to just dropping a Predator in to fight people.
Right. Yeah. They make something new.
Yeah.
They give you that nostalgia factor. Like, okay, this makes sense. It feels like it's in that universe, but it's still a new story.
Because, there's a lot more to the Predators other than they just show up to hunt people. There's a whole culture. And
I like how the
whatever.
Predator story has been fleshed out with some of these movies. I still don't think any of them are as good as the first Predator movie.
Yeah, I think it.
And I don't want to say
Well,
it's
it had a
because
lot-
it's nostalgia.
I think that it's because it's so original.
Well,
It's
and it had a lot more horror action as opposed to just
And
people,
like
just
gore,
action.
like
Yeah.
like you see all these dudes, like these are all A-list actors at the time. Like they could all be starring in the movie as number one.
Well,
like
that
Arnold,
and
and then just watching all of them get clipped one at a time.
yeah.
well, in that
in
movie
cool and
too, you
interesting
also
ways.
didn't know what the Predator was or looked like until the end.
Right.
So,
When he falls in the water,
I think also if you look at like the 80s Macho Man, kind of era, and they took that, and then what if we made these guys running for their dear life?
Yeah.
They're the
terrified.
prey this time.
They're the prey. That was such an awesome concept to have, and then if Arnold's screaming for dear life and running for
and the Predator's like 30 yards.
Yeah.
Like he's just down there. He like looks up like, oh,
there you are.
all right, yeah, let's do this.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
Now, going to the second movie, it is kind of funny to see you go from Arnold to fighting Danny Glover.
well, he's got that street smart.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff. Like, yeah, he has like a team, like Bill Paxton. Game over, man. As he gets taken out.
So do you
But
think?
you also had like Gary Busey and the government with
Yeah,
like a team with like cryo blasting weapons try to capture the Predator.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit more of a balance to trying
Yeah.
to get him.
And Danny Glover used not what Schwarzenegger did.
True.
He used the Predator's weapons against him.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Arnold Schwarzenegger just descending into like
Tribalism.
Vietnam
He
tactics.
learned that mud. He's like, you can't see me.
Well, then he made his own bow so he could flex as he
Yeah.
straightened it. But if you say, then it moves on to you've got the Alien vs Predator movies, which a lot of people don't like, but I
I like
particularly like. them.
AVP 1.
Are they canon?
They should be, because Weyland Yutani, the original Weyland, is the one that's over the Alien vs Predator. Like he's the expedition going to look for that
Predator 2, when he's in the ship at the end,
He sees
the aliens are in there.
Right.
the
Like
alien
the-
skull.
The alien skulls. So
Yeah.
like they already had that in like what 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then the comics, they've always been where the aliens or the Predators hunt aliens. They'll use them just like in the Alien vs Predator movie when they show them in the Aztec era or whatever, hunting down people. They'll use them as like hosts to breed to hunt.
It's just goofy that like there was 3 sci-fi horror, concepts: Blade Runner, Alien, and Predator, and they're like, let's put them all together. Let's make a super franchise, and then next thing you know, Nick Fury showing up asking about the.
Asking if the Predators want to be part of the Avengers Initiative.
But I mean, you have that movie, and then you have the second one where they're in the town with the wolf. They call it Wolf Predator, but he's the one that's
That
like.
movie sucked. Requiem.
I thought that was
You
pretty
can't
good.
see anything.
Yeah. Also
The lighting is
You watch
terrible.
it in the dark.
also the
With what, night vision?
the Predator Alien hybrid thing was just goofy looking.
I mean, it's something that's happened in the comics before, but
Like I am always for practical effects over CGI, but I think that thing should have been CGI'd.
Probably.
It was just a dude, like, you could tell the guy's vertebrae was decompressing inside of that suit. He was just like, every time he was moving around inside that suit.
But, I mean, that Predator, though, he's the one that, like I was telling you, when somebody screws up, he's the one that comes in and cleans up the mess. Because, like, he lands where the original ship lands, and he basically used that acid stuff to melt all that down and then blow up the ship.
Well, I think AVP was cool because you got a squad of Predators.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't just one Predator who's going to be, like, awesome. It's like, no, you get a 3-team, and they were taking dudes out. Like, where he's walking, the little alien comes flying at him.
Yeah.
And he just goes, grabs it, and snaps its neck with his thumb.
It's so dumb.
He's like, and the alien's like, and he's like,
Well, I like the one where he's readjusting his mask, and you have the one sneaking down behind him, and he just pulls out the little blade thing. He's like, whoosh, cuts his head off. And it's like, choom, choom, puts it
and
back
the
away.
alien's like, as his head starts to slide.
Yeah.
So, can predators breathe in Earth's atmosphere?
They can for a while.
All right.
Like their mask, I want to say, like, I don't know the chemicals or whatever, but like their atmosphere is supposed to be what ours was, like maybe prehistoric time. It's got like a lot more nitrogen or something like that in the air.
Okay.
So they can breathe in our atmosphere for a while, but then they would have to wear
Yeah.
their helmet after a while.
I think that, the bones of a good franchise is there. And hopefully these two directors kind of like, pioneer like how to make these stories work together. And people leave them alone to do that. I think that you're going to have to forget certain movies, like the Predators movie.
Yeah.
I don't know where that applies.
Well, Predators, it's more like there's an outcast group of them, the people that break the rules and don't follow their traditions. They get sent. They're kind of like rogue predators out there, like Ronin or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what the Predators was when they dropped all those random people on the planet. That's who they were. That's why they had an actual predator chained up and stuff, because that guy probably came looking for him, and there was 3 of them. He didn't know it, and they chained him up and were going to kill him.
Okay.
So they're like the outcast regime.
I didn't have a problem with the movie. I
thought it was an interesting concept.
I thought it was weirdly casted, and
Yeah.
If you're just making it just to be a standalone, fine. But if you're trying to like serve a purpose in accordance to the franchise, I don't know where it applies. So
I think Trachtenberg delving into their culture stuff, it'll make that movie make more sense if they keep going.
yeah,
I think they can revisit that concept because, I mean, they did with Killer of Killers, because without Predators, it doesn't really make, like, what do you mean they're kidnapping people now?
Yeah.
Versus where Predators, it's like they kidnapped a whole bunch of people off Earth and dropped them onto a game preserve to get hunted.
That and before this movie came out, they actually had a Predator comic series that I was reading, and they did the same, kind of thing where these people were picked up, and they're people from all different parts of time, and they were on this person's ship, and this person that was, her family had been killed. Well, she acquired stuff from the Predator, and she was using their armor and weapons to try and go back and hunt them and try and find the one that killed her family. Well, she came across a ship that had all those people on it, and she saved them. And I mean, they slowly die as the story goes on. But
but the comics got wild. Like eventually, they're fighting Batman twice.
well, no, this was like within the last year. The one with fighting Batman and all that stuff, that was years and years ago.
Yeah,
And then
But they actually
just because of the Predator homeworld, and they have a huge statue of Batman, and they're just like, he's the greatest of everyone.
well, they actually have
He's ultimate.
most recently they had a Predator versus Wolverine, which Wolverine ends up winning in the end, but it was like a 4-issue limited series.
Yeah.
Then they had Predator versus Black Panther, and then starting in August they're gonna have a Predator versus Spider-Man.
Well, speaking of which,
I mean,
let's delve.
does Wolverine win just because of the healing factor?
Probably.
Because I think a Predator versus Batman Beyond would be really, really cool.
I'm sure it'll happen one day.
Because I mean, I guess the playing field will be a little bit more leveled
So speaking of which,
with the Beyond suit.
let's delve into our goofy part of the episode where we are pitting 100 people versus a gorilla kind of idea, but we're doing it with predators versus random superheroes. Who do you have, Mitch?
Well, I didn't make one yet.
Oh,
So
I thought you
I
did.
can. Mine was pretty quick.
All right, go ahead.
My 80s All-Star team:
Let's hear it.
The Punisher, Martin Riggs, Mad Max, MacGyver, and Hannibal Smith from the A-Team
Versus
a Predator in 1980s Los Angeles.
one predator.
So the first Predator, I did 2 scenarios, one against one Predator, and the combined relentless assault of these 5 people and planning and impromptu device making, they murked the first Predator.
All right, well,
It wasn't even.
way to spoil the surprise.
Well, the second one was a little bit better because
Let's read it. Let's hear it.
1 versus 2 predators, and it's just too much. So you have why the team would struggle.
Okay.
Hannibal's strategy. Hannibal is a master tactician, but his plans rely on exploiting human weaknesses or environmental factors. 2 predators are a different puzzle. His best bet is to separate them, but that's extremely difficult against creatures that actively hunt together. MacGyver's ingenuity could certainly create distractions, disrupt their tech temporarily, or build a few traps. However, these are likely temporary setbacks for predators who would quickly adapt. He doesn't have the resources to build a true anti-predator arsenal. The Punisher's firepower, but his conventional weapons, even heavy ones, might not be enough to quickly put down 2 armored predators, especially if they're actively dodging and cloaking, and he'd probably run out of ammo. Riggs, the wild card. Riggs' wild card nature could throw off 1 predator, but 2 simply could coordinate to corner him and dispatch him quickly if he was too reckless, which he most likely would be.
Yeah.
I mean, TV show Riggs, yeah, done. But Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, Mel Gibson, nah, he'd win. Mad Max's driving skills are excellent for evasion and hit and run, but he can't outmaneuver 2 cloaked hunters indefinitely, especially in an urban environment where they can jump across rooftops or disappear into buildings.
You have 2 Mel Gibson characters.
I doubled the Gib.
Wow.
Double Gibson. That would have. I just choose 5 Mel Gibson characters.
The Patriot.
Mad Max, yeah, the Patriot, Braveheart,
Yeah, Braveheart.
and What Women Want. Just to round it out.
He schmoozed the president.
He can. One of them's a girl. He knows what she's thinking.
Or the guy from
Actually, that would be pretty advantageous.
That would be pretty funny. Well, he knows what he's thinking, but he doesn't speak with the predator language, so he's just like, I just hear clicking. I don't know what it means. I think they're mad. The conclusion: while this team represents an unparalleled collection of human talent and grit, 2 predators would be too much. The overwhelming tactical advantage, advanced technology, physical superiority, and coordinated hunting tactics of these 2 aliens would, in a death match, ultimately lead to their victory. It would be a brutal, desperate fight, but the odds are simply stacked too heavily against the humans in this particular scenario.
So they're all dead.
They all die to the 2 predators.
Well, I did Spider-Man
Spider-Man
versus 10 predators. And I did it. I chose their own ship, the Predator's ship. All right.
I mean, go ahead.
This is called Spider Hunt, The Last Web. Peter awakens in a cold, dimly lit chamber. His costume is intact, but his web shooters are missing. A hologram flickers on. It's a collection of footage. Him swinging through New York, fighting Rhino, rescuing civilians. Then the screen glitches. A predator steps into view. Proven prey, elite target, high order. The message ends. Suddenly, 10 biosignatures ping on a nearby panel. Spider-Man whispers, "They've been watching me." The door slams open. The hunt begins. Phase 1, the ship strikes first. Spider-Man sprints into the corridor, adrenaline pumping, but this ship is not just a vessel. It's a trap designed to hunt the perfect prey. Walls shift, doors seal, automatic drones herd him like cattle. He tries to web up, but his shooters spark and fizzle. Sabotaged. Spider-Man, he turns to a corner. A net explodes around him, pinning him. He flexes, bursts out, just in time to avoid a wrist blade strike that grazes his ribs. He runs again, panting, bleeding. Phase 2, psychological warfare. They toy with him. Audio mimicry of Aunt May's voice calls out in the distance. A hologram of MJ flickers in a dark hallway. Distorted voices whisper his name throughout the vents. He tries to fight back, ambushing one predator and manages to break his mask, but is blinded by a flash plasma burst in retaliation. His spidey senses save him from death, but not from pain. They don't kill him outright. They wear him down. Every turn is a dead end. Every shadow hides his movement. Phase 3, the maze of death. He's in central corridor now, limping. 3 predators close in. He channels his last strength, uses debris as his weapons, smashes pipes, sends steam everywhere. In the chaos, he brings one predator down hard. The body slumps. Spider-Man turns, and another predator impales him through the side with a wrist blade. He bleeds, gasping. He punches it off, escapes into a crawl space. As he's crawling through the ducts, trailing blood behind him, he He's breathing ragged gasps. Final phase, the fall of a hero. In the ship's trophy room, he finds what he feared.
I wonder what's going to happen.
A case labeled Xenomorph Queen, Skull, Wolverine Skeleton, Partial, Batman Alternate Earth, Deceased, and now an empty spot labeled Spider-Man, Pending. His fist clenched. He screams. The lights flicker on. All remaining predators, 7, stand silently. 1 drops something at his feet. His web shooters. A final chance. A final duel. He picks them up. They let him. He fights like hell. Webbing, flipping, punching, ducking through plasma fire. He knocks 2 predators unconscious. Webs 1 to the ceiling and uses a broken shoulder cannon to blast another. But in the end, they adapt. They surround him. 1 goes invisible. The other closes in. He stands tall, defiant, bloodied, shaking, but unbroken. Spider-Man says, "Do it. I'm not afraid."
Do it. Come on, I'm right here.
Come on, I'm right here. Do it. Kill me.
The final predator steps forward, the Elder. He presses a clawed hand.
Yeah, he wins.
He presses a clawed hand to Peter's chest and says something unintelligible. Then a plasma caster fires. Everything goes white. The trophy room is now silent. A new case is sealed. Inside, a Spider-Man mask, scorched and torn. Beside it, a web shooter mounted like a relic, and a hologram of Peter Parker's face labeled, "Worthy prey, fought to the end." The ship disappears into space. Back on Earth, MJ stares up at the night sky, waiting.
I've
Got a whole story.
I've been toying around with the Gemini one of like how many Predators versus Power Rangers. So far, according to Gemini, the Power Rangers are like one of the most formidable fighting forces ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I did one. It was all right, 10 Predators versus like 50 Power Rangers.
well, the Power Rangers fight monsters even without their Zords when they're giants. So
This is 5 Predators versus the Zeo Rangers and the In-Space Rangers.
All right, well, hold what you got, Mitch. What do you have?
well, I did Predator versus John Wick.
Okay.
John Wick dies.
He does?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and tell you the
doing this the whole time running around.
well, in a jungle with no advantage, like no prep or nothing like that, Predator wins 85% of the time.
Wow.
In an urban environment, Predator wins 60% of the time. And with preparation, Predator wins 55% of the time. Like if they both got to prepare, observe and all that stuff.
What about in a nightclub?
It's
not like we're John Wick.
That would be urban.
Okay.
It's just neutral with no prep, or just a neutral ground or whatever. Predator wins 75% of the time.
Wow.
Because in the end, there's nothing John Wick can do physically with like fighting to hurt the Predator. So he's got to use his guns. And then if you're using guns, Predator's using his guns. So he's using lasers and shooting knives and stuff at you. And what's his John Wick's like a suit or whatever? It might be bulletproof, but it's not. He can still be stabbed through it. I mean, that still happens because sharp stuff. It just stops like the blunt trauma of a bullet hitting. But,
okay. Well, there you go. John Wick is peak normal human action hero vibe, right?
Gets decimated.
Decimated. What do you got, Tom?
Well, I did one, and it was 5 Predators versus the Zeo Power Rangers and the In-Space Rangers. And they're like, it would be like Google was like, this is awesome. Like that's a cool idea. Like we're gonna make that a movie now. Thank you. But that's like because they counted like the Gold Ranger and the Quantum Ranger. No, it's not the Quantum Ranger. Who's it? The In-Space, the Silver Ranger.
The Silver Ranger.
It is the Silver Ranger.
It's just the Silver Ranger.
I don't know if he had like a different fun name, but they were like, it's like the Rangers might lose 1 to 3 Rangers in total in this fight, but they're gonna murk.
Yeah,
the 5 Predators
because they have stuff that like their suit. They can't be destroyed by power or by the Predator stuff. Monsters and stuff use the same kind of level of lasers and all that stuff, and it doesn't kill them.
So I upped the stakes: 10 Predators versus 12 Power Rangers, which is the Zeo and In-Space teams. And it's like, this is extremely close, and the outcome's not guaranteed, but we're leaning it's going to be the Power Rangers, and they're probably going to lose 3 to 6 Rangers.
Well, yeah.
Doing it.
I would wager 1 Power Ranger could beat 2 Predators.
1 Power Ranger?
Depending on which one it is.
What if it's an elder?
Then it'd probably have to be a 1-on-1.
1-on-1. All right.
Because he's going to have a lot more armor and weapons and stuff that the others don't have.
So Power Rangers are roughly equivalent to an elder predator.
Well, I did one where it was 2 Predators versus Deathstroke, and Deathstroke wins 60% of the time.
That's interesting.
Because in the end, they're both they're similar. They're both bounty hunters and stuff. And Deathstroke's like key thing is he's able to outsmart people. I know that scientifically he uses 90% of his brain, which isn't like a thing that it's been disproven. Like you can't use 90%. It's not, your brain doesn't work that way. But he wins 60 out of the 100%. So let's see. It says, in this urban jungle scenario, Deathstroke's strategic adaptability, enhanced physiology, and ruthless tactics give him a slight advantage over 2 Predators. Despite their superior numbers and technology, his ability to disrupt their cloaking and exploit the environmental tips the scales in his favor. However, the outcome is not guaranteed, as a single mistake could allow the Predator's plasma casters or coordinated attacks to overwhelm him. The estimated odds reflect a closely contested battle, with Deathstroke holding a 60% chance of victory. Because, I mean, his armor, Deathstroke's armor, is like considered Promethean armor, which is similar to vibranium. So, I mean, he can take hits.
So I did Tommy Oliver versus Predator just to see, and it gives you scenarios based on which Ranger he would be.
Yeah.
So Green Ranger, it's 50-50.
Yeah. That sounds right.
White Ranger, 60-40 in favor of Tommy. Scenario 2, as the Zeo Ranger, is 80-20. Wow. And then as Dino Black would be 90-10.
Well, because
in favor of the Power Ranger?
In favor of the Power Ranger.
Wow.
Theoretically, Power Rangers are supposed to get stronger as they go along. That's why they get new powers.
Which is what I did with putting the Zeo Rangers instead of Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
It's like the Zeo Crystal. It's like, they draw the power from the Zeo Crystal. And they get stronger over time. It's like, so after sustained fighting, they would most likely become stronger and stronger and stronger.
I mean, that's kind of what I would figure, though.
I like how we took a Predator episode and turned it into a little bit of a Power Rangers episode.
Well, you did, yes.
I'm surprised you didn't come up with Predator versus Power Rangers.
Well, I didn't do that for this. But, I mean, like I said, I've read a lot of novels and stuff. Like, there's one called Predator Badlands, which is the same as the movie, but it's a whole different scenario where the Predator shows up in, like, Nevada or no, South Dakota, because they were talking about the Badlands of South Dakota. And it's this, like, Navajo guy that's in the military that he ends up showing up on this military base and wiping out people one by one, and he has to fight him out in the middle of the desert and stuff. Then there's another one where there's a retired Marine sniper, but he works as like a game warden in Alaska. And there's a bunch of poachers that show up as well. And there's like 1 or 2 Predators that are hunting down the poachers, and then they start hunting him. But he uses his ghillie suit, which can like reflect heat or something like that. He has like a big 50 caliber rifle.
Yeah.
So like there's one scenario in the book where he's laying down, looking out across the field because he knows that something's killing people and bears and stuff. And he shoots one Predator, knocked it off its feet with that rifle. So it's pretty cool. And then he immediately gets up running, and then like the Predators catch up to him pretty quickly from running across the field just because they're fast.
Yeah. All right. What about Captain America on the aircraft carrier from
The helicarrier.
Avengers? Yeah. Against a Predator Elder. Who do you think would win?
Does Captain America know the Predator's coming?
Yes. If he gets the drop and he's being, so here's your options. Do they have an agreed duel where they won't use technology, or everything at their disposal?
With no technology, I would think Captain would win. With technology, I think the Elder would win.
You're right. So 65-35 with cloaking and plasma caster, the Predator wins. 55-45 if Captain gets the drop, knows he's being hunted, and disables his gear early, he would win.
Because I was just thinking that the Predator, they have weapons and stuff that like an Elder would have access to pretty much anything that we've seen in any of the movies, like the net that where if it hits you, it just like cuts you in pieces and stuff like that. He would have all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, he would have 800 years of experience, or close to it.
I did 10 Predators versus the Master Chief.
Okay.
Master Chief.
Master Chief wins.
Yeah. He has armor that's pretty much impenetrable.
He can flip a tank.
The conclusion, while it would be an incredibly intense and visually spectacular fight, Master Chief would ultimately win against 10 Predators. The Predator's greatest strengths, stealth, and plasma casters are effectively countered by the Master Chief's Mjolnir armor, advanced sensors, and superhuman capabilities. His offensive firepower far exceeds anything a Predator's armor can reliably withstand, and his combat experience against vastly more dangerous alien threats makes him uniquely prepared. He would likely take some damage and might even have his shields depleted multiple times, but he has the tools, the durability, and the combat prowess to systematically eliminate all 10. He's not just a hunter. He's a demon built for war.
The demon. I mean, an elite is essentially
That's what I was about
Predator.
to say,
Yeah.
They're pretty much similar things.
Yeah.
Predators are more like, like we can go and hunt deer and bears and stuff. Well, imagine if you gave the bear guns and sentience to do
laser beams.
That
Opposable thumbs.
You give him a gun, opposable thumbs, and a little bit of sentience to where he could try and fight back, but yet we could go and get a semi-automatic rifle and just start blasting.
Yeah.
It's similar. So
Like where there's people like who like go hunt hogs with like rifles, and then there's the dudes that do it from helicopters with like
exactly.
with like suppressed weapons. They just go
You can go and fish, or you can go and throw dynamite in and fish.
or shotguns like in secondhand lions. He's flanking you. I'm reloading. I got him.
I'm gonna get even wilder while you guys are thinking of the next one. Predator versus.
I wonder how many Predators it would take to bring down the Master Chief.
Probably that arena from the Killer of Killers.
All of them would have to effectively go after
See
him.
if he did. If you had 10 Elder Predators versus Master Chief, see what the difference would be.
That would be like fighting. I don't know, 10 hunters from
10 brutes.
10. Yeah, 10. Well, brutes are pretty easy.
Yeah, because they're kind of dumb.
So, I did Predator versus Achilles. Like historically, the best warrior in.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't figure out about his heels.
It did. 60 out of 40. 60 out of 40. He studies, the Predator studies Achilles' mythic weak point, uses traps and ranged advantage at key moments, and is willing to fight dirty, where Achilles expects honor. I don't know if that's true or not. The Predator carves a trophy, not out of pride, but out of reverence.
Well, for a riding competition, I did a scenario where it was Predator versus Wolverine, and I used like the Wolverine Origins movie, where Predator showed up and saw him in the Revolutionary War fighting, because he showed up during these wars to try and claim a trophy because amidst the chaos. So Predator saw him fighting in Revolutionary, and then realized during World War I that was the same guy that he had seen. Oh, yeah. And then in World War II, he saw him again because he thought he died in World War I, but he was just had to heal. And then in Vietnam, he encounters him the last time, and they have a fight without his adamantium and stuff. And I left it open ended because people are supposed to vote on who wins and stuff like that in that scenario where I was writing for, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine Wolverine without adamantium versus a Predator would be pretty close.
What does it think?
I don't know.
Let's see what our...
Because with adamantium, I mean, he would be
AI overlord
pretty hard to stop. Tom, what did it say for the Master Chief?
The Chief barely wins. They're like 10 is like it would probably he'd be hurt. The Chief would be hurt a lot, but
he has to go.
But he is the demon.
He has to go into cryo sleep until Halo
Wake
7 gives out. Yeah, I need a weapon. That's the thing about Master Chief is he could probably take any of the Predator's weapons and like learn how to use them on the fly.
Near instant.
Yeah.
I still think the best is I think it's Halo, the end of Halo 2 or the end of Halo 3, where he beams in and he combat rolls after he teleports and the grunt's just looking at him with the spiker and he just goes, boo. And the grunt goes, ah! And throws it, takes off running, and the prophet is like, the demon.
I mean, if you think about it though, like Master Chief survived falling from space and hitting the ground. Halo 3?
When fall damage was a thing. That's what drove me nuts.
It's like, you fell from space.
Yeah.
It just locked up his suit for a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like, ah.
I mean, he's more robot than he is.
Well, he's not robotic at all. I mean, he has all kinds of augmentations that are done to him in the Spartan 2 surgeries.
Yeah, but he is less human than he is. I think
Like when they like come out of the surgery, like they have to like move them at like snail's pace to get used to it.
Yeah.
Because their reflexes are so much faster. Like they'll rip their own arms off on accident.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That it would be cool if there was actually like, I don't know, a TV show or something that went into that kind of stuff instead of just whatever we got. So
Well, they had it was like an animated.
yeah, they did the Halo. What is that?
Legends.
Yeah.
I
Where
think
they
that's what it's
show
called.
like him because he gets abducted.
It's not bad.
All of them got abducted when they were little kids and replaced with Flash clones.
Here, just the conclusion of the Wolverine without adamantium versus Predator. It says, in a hypothetical battle between Wolverine without adamantium and a blooded Predator, which is just one that's hunted a few times before, Wolverine holds a slight advantage due to his regenerative healing factor and close quarters combat prowess. The Predator's superior technology and ranged capabilities pose a significant threat, particularly in the early stages, but Wolverine's endurance and adaptability allow him to close the gap and outlast the Yautja in most scenarios. So the outcome depends on the environment and the Predator's ability to maintain distance. In a forest or urban setting, Wolverine wins 6 out of 10 times by leveraging cover, senses, and melee aggression to overwhelm the Predator before it can exploit its full arsenal. In open terrain, the Predator's ranged advantage increases its chances from 5 to 10 as Wolverine struggles to close the distance without sustaining critical damage. So basically, like, unless the Predator can overwhelm him with damage using the plasma casters and stuff, they say Wolverine should be able to get in close and wear him down because the blades aren't going to cut him enough to stop him from healing.
Okay. And this is before the adamantium?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, his arms could be cut off.
He still has the pokey stick.
Well, yeah.
bone
He still got the bone
Yeah.
claws.
So, what about a Predator versus a Terminator?
I mean, the Predator, I would think, could win because the Terminator's, while it's hard to destroy, it is a lot slower moving. Unless you count the T-1000.
Well, okay, so if it's a T-1000 or a T-800, the Predator wins 60 out of 40 times if it's smart enough to bring superior tech. If it can cryogenically freeze it or melt it or whatever, despite its advanced capabilities, it can. If it studies its prey.
Well, I think the T-800, it could destroy. The T-1000, it wouldn't have any way to stop it offhand.
Yeah, it would destroy anything 60 out of 40 using proper tactics and gadgets. If it just happens upon it, then that's a different story. So, but yeah, that'd be an interesting. I'm sure there's a crossover somewhere with that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you got, Tom? You got anything else? Any other goofy?
I was looking up the Predator versus the T-1000. It's like the Predator would have to keep it at distance and keep hitting it with the plasma caster shots to hopefully get it to glitch into the environment.
And then it could, don't they have like some sort of like magma weapon or something?
I mean, it's plasma. It's that they're hitting them with.
Which would it?
This is pretty much a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see. So, I think it's fun that we can like generate like narrative stories right here off the fly. But how much longer till it just poops out a movie for us to watch?
Well, I mean, you can. It does have certain things. It costs a lot of money to have those apps, but you can make like 30-second videos. So just make a bunch of 30-second videos to make your own scenario.
Oh wow,
that would be pretty cool.
Well,
it's like $249 a year, but that's your only option to buy it.
Why don't you subscribe to our Patreon listeners, and we'll do that.
I want
for you.
Predator versus the Power Rangers.
Predator versus the Power Rangers.
What happened? Well, he killed 3 of them. What do you mean he killed 3 of them? Well, they were going, it's morphin' time, and they were just getting blown apart but the last 2, they managed to morph and deflect it.
No.
I'm not going to put it in there right now, but Predator versus the Phantom Ranger, because he can turn invisible as well.
Oh.
Just sitting back watching nothing.
And he's not alive, technically, like a human.
But if you break his suit, he loses power.
Yeah.
Because it contains the
Because it
energy
makes you
inside.
wonder, would he be able to see him, like for a heat signature?
Well, I mean, his suit has mechanical stuff in it, so I would imagine it would generate heat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've beaten this concept into the ground well enough as it is.
I mean, I could talk about Predator. We could go through the hierarchy, the cultural.
Is there like a king, like a top dog predator?
President Predator?
Well, they're more like tribes,
Okay.
like individual tribes, and then those tribes will war with each other as well sometimes. So
So Is there a better tribe than other tribes?
I mean, they don't have like any specific thing. They just talk about there's predator tribes. Each one has its own leader, and I guess like in the movie, he said that's kind of anomaly when I was researching for predators. Like he would be like the king predator, where maybe he runs that area. All the different tribes come there as like a piece to watch the fights.
It's like a neutral.
Yeah, neutral ground. Yeah,
There's an understanding.
yeah.
It's a DMZ.
So we don't even know how many tribes there are.
Right. I mean,
And they all have like a center planet, right?
yeah,
Okay.
they all have a planet. They have that planet, and then like just like in the Alien vs Predator movie, they'll go to other people's planets to do a hunt, look for different things. I know in Killer of Killers they showed like the trophy room in that one as well, which there was like a T-Rex skull, there was an alien skull, and there was like 2 or 3 other things, but I can't remember what they were. But they were like modern, like movie aliens or something like that was on that wall.
See, that's the problem with Alien versus Predator is they allude to the fact that aliens have existed for thousands of years, right? Whereas in Prometheus, basically humans create the aliens, right?
Well, it's that other humanoid-looking kind of guy.
What do you mean?
The Forerunners.
Not the Forerunners, but remember the big giant guy?
Engineers?
Yeah.
The engineers.
Yeah, but like because they infected that with like the giant squid octopus in
Yeah.
Prometheus, that thing that popped out of him was like the precursor to the xenomorphs.
Oh.
You know, and that was like 100 years in the future.
So it's our fault.
Yeah, it's always humans' fault.
Dang it.
Good job.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of untangling that needs to happen for these stories to work canonically with each other. And I don't know. I think there's no way that you're not going to be able to piss somebody off. If you had to pick an audience, I'd piss off the Alien versus Predator audience because it's a crappy storyline to begin with.
Well, I mean, I think if they go off the main movies and then this newer thing, and then if they kind of canonize the original Alien movies to where all that's together, not counting Prometheus and all that stuff, it would be a good cohesive combination of stuff to go along. But
It'd be interesting.
I wanted Prometheus to be good, but it's just
I liked it.
It was all right. They're Ridley Scott kind of he likes to answer questions with more questions, and then I don't think a modern audience has the attention span for that kind of stuff. So
I mean, I liked Prometheus. I thought it was cool, and I thought it was a good explanation on where everything came from and why it was the way it was.
yeah,
But then it doesn't canonize with everything else.
but that like the race like the engineers is like just never brought up again.
True.
well they're all killed off in Covenant,
Yeah.
which is
He's like,
that movie was just like what yeah, nothing is answered, and all these characters that existed for whatever reason they didn't need to, you know. So it was bad.
It was bad. Okay. But you know what ain't bad? King of the Hill. Come back out in August.
Look at that. Look at that.
That boy still
Look at that
ain't
news.
right.
You think Predator versus
Hank Hill.
Bobby
Hank
Hill.
Yeah.
Not if he's got his propane.
No, Predator versus Dale. Pocket sand.
Just looking. He's like, I'm wearing a mask.
Dale wins on pure accident.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
have Dale's up. That's
Boomhauer.
Oh, Boomhauer's right.
The
Predator mimicking that.
Propane.
You just hear it from the distance. Oh, man.
Whoa. Aliens.
All right. Well, we did a thing. If you like our AI Descent into Madness, let us know on our social media. And if you have any ideas for...
Predator has so many possibilities.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't
for
like it,
matchups.
we understand.
Yeah.
We don't care.
It's our show.
But yeah, we're looking for more interesting ideas, and by all means, communicate with us, and we'll clue you in. We'll make scenarios with us, the host of Entertainment. We did it with Hunger Games. That was wild.
The three of us versus a Predator.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do
I don't
that.
want to die.
Yeah, you know. But we'll do other goofy stuff, and we'll include you patrons if you are so inclined. Just subscribe. It's not even that's the free part. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's free.
All right, well, that's it for this episode, and tune in for the next one. And goodbye from me, Hayden. Goodbye from Mitch.
Goodbye.
And Tom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ah!